to Maam Mary May M. Chung, RMT, PhD, our PAMIT Soc Surgeon Chapter President, to the rest of the PAMIT Soc Surgeon Chapter officers, to my fellow medical technologists in the clinical field and the academe, and to our dear students, a very pleasant day to you all. I would like to zero in for a moment on the word solidarity. Solidarity is a word that we hear more and more about, but it is also easy to lose sight of what it really means. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, it triggered an unprecedented global crisis that severely restricted our abilities to meet most of our goals. The disruption it caused to health, vaccination services and education, the limited access to food, and all other local and national problems that we are still experiencing up until this very moment have been truly cumbersome for all of us. The COVID-19 pandemic has become not only a challenge to healthcare, education, and economies, but has also become a test for social solidarity. Whenever we are overwhelmed by the enormity of the challenges that lies ahead us all, let us remember that doing a little bit of good actions every day from our current state will eventually, when put together, become pieces of actions in concert with others that will overwhelm the world. Let us extend solidarity to another level. Let us view it as a meaning-making process, as a feature of group building, both in the sense of community and society. In the midst of this ultimate dire threat, we have to do our fair share of help, beginning from ourselves. Again, from our own little pieces of actions. Allow me to share what these little pieces of action that each of us can do. Just remember the letters that compose the word solidarity. S for stay healthy. The spread of the virus caused a lot of changes in our daily lives, and health has now become one of our topmost priorities. If we do our efforts in keeping ourselves free from infection, then we are also protecting others' health. O for obey health and safety protocols. We, as individuals belonging to the healthcare team, are looked upon by the community to have the highest knowledge on the mechanism of viral transmission. Also, they believe and understand that we too have the highest knowledge about the ways of mitigating its spread. With this, we should strictly set ourselves as an example for the community. Let us adhere to health and safety protocols to remind everyone that now is not yet the safest and the right time to revert back to our past routines. L for learn from experience. Up until today, we can still feel the fear, dread, and anxiety brought about by the pandemic. And for all of us, the pandemic will be a lifetime's worth of personal reflection. The crisis showed us the value of work, family, friendship, education, and many more. Things that maybe some of us do not give so much value before, yet now became the most important things in our lives. Sadly, for some of us, the moment we realize their worth, only a little of each is left for us to enjoy. So, let us learn from those lessons, from those losses, Let us value the good things in our lives even more, what's left and what has to come. I for initiate change. We can do so much than complaining. We, in the medical field, are blessings for others. There are still people out there who do not have full understanding of the virus, its spread, and the ways to limit its transmission. Let us help break the negative mindset of others towards the vaccination. Let us do our own little acts to help our healthcare government units campaign for COVID-19 vaccination in order to reduce the level of hesitancy among people. D for determination. Goal setting has been very vital for everyone more than ever. A lot of us set a number of goals, big and small, as beacon of light in these trying times. Let us accomplish these goals. Let's make them happen for real. Determination is one of the keys that will direct us to all visions that we have. If others see how determined we are in achieving our goals, they too will realize that no mountains are high enough. The good things create ripples of hope and change to others. A, for adopt in positive ways. Everything changes from one moment to another. Buildings were reconfigured, adjustment of schedules, roles and workloads, implementation of new hand hygiene protocols, and in school, new modalities of learning. Remember that according to Darwin's Origin of Species, species that survive is the one that is able best to adapt and adjust to the changing environment in which it finds itself. Let us be more flexible to current and future changes. Our will to survive, our will to achieve our goals should supersede the adversities we are facing. Let us learn to adapt to these new ways. We should cease from forcing our old ways of doing things when they are no longer applicable in this new normal. Remember that there is no better change than one that creates new benefits. R, for resilience. We cannot rid instantly of the adversities we are facing. The pain and suffering during this pandemic are undeniably real for everyone. Most of us are already exhausted and we're pushed to our limits by more than a year of social distancing and other forms of restrictions. But we can do so much to alleviate the situation. We should begin by focusing only to what's within our control, such as our behavioral response to stressor, our management of the daily routine, and our choice of whom to spend time with. We should always look for the good amid the stress. If this is how we approach life that we have now, this will also affect the behaviors of others. If we are all doing this, eventually we will become a community that will build a stronger nation. Lastly, I, T, and Y. I thank you. Saying these words as simplest form of expressing gratitude is very important, especially to our frontliners who never stopped in braving the COVID-19 pandemic. Since day one, they are living away from the comforts of their homes in order to put their lives in the path of this virus. Let us always remember that these are the very people who save countless lives while risking their own. Let us show our gratitude and admiration by thanking them, saying, I thank you, Ma'am and Sir, for doing your best. I thank you for being true to your commitment. I thank you for being real-life heroes in this time of the pandemic. Again, these are simple ways of doing something to achieve solutions. If all of us will be doing these little bits of good actions, eventually we will build a much stronger community. To everyone who are celebrating with us, thank you and may God bless us all.